Talk the Talk with your hosts, Charles Gregory and Madam Touch, bringing you the latest news from Philadelphia and around the world. We're talking about everything from fashion to politics to music and technology. So if you can walk the walk, we're gonna talk the talk.
I got you good news. We are in season 2. Everybody.
And then from that came the Phenomenal You movement. So it's really all about media and how media affects young women and teen girls and their self-worth and self-value.
Kandy Kotoure, absolutely beautiful. The candies are amazing. Priceless. And I have a sweet
young author who wrote the Lemonade Standoff. You have to get this book. It's fantastic. Miss Victoria and
Hi, this is Lacey C of Sister Sanctuary and Phenomenally You, and you're watching Talk the Talk with Charles Gregory and Madam Touch. Yes.
I'd like to welcome everyone back to another episode of Talk the Talk, where if you can walk and walk, we will definitely talk the talk. And I'm your host, Charles Gregory, with my beautiful co-host.
What up, y'all? What's good, Philadelphia? It's your girl, Touch.
Yeah, we definitely in the building. And you already know, we got to start the show with the good news and bad news. So what you want first?
I got you good news.
You got my good news?
I got you good news.
What's my good
we
news?
are in season 2. Everybody.
No doubt.
Second time around.
What's up? That's what's
Holla at me.
all day, season 2. Now, what did you think of the first season?
First
We had
season.
a lot of stuff going on. What you think?
It was good. I really like how, thank you to all the viewers for just putting your 2 cents and just giving us your feedback on everything and how to make the show better. But we learned a lot, and I felt like I grew a lot, and it was a blessing. It was a blessing to be able to do this. So, how about you? What you think about it?
You know what? I think it was great, man. We got a lot of feedback. Shout out to all our Instagram and Twitter friends. They've been showing us a lot of love, so that's definitely a good thing. I mean, it was great. It was fantastic.
Good. Feel good. So we got new stuff. We got the hotness for you this go round. We took your input, so just hold tight because this season is going to be crazy.
all day. So, we got to go into bad news. We got to go to
I
bad
know. This world's full of it.
Bad news. So, look. Police reported pregnant woman stabbed to death
Oh
by
my
son.
God, you gonna give me that?
I gotta go there. I mean, I know.
By her son?
By her son. That's what's crazy about it. By her son.
Why?
I mean, who does that? Who does? I'm gonna explain to you. So, reportedly, police say pregnant woman was killed at the hands of her grown son in Gloucester City, Camden. Camden been going. What's going on, Camden?
Look.
What? Can you tell me what's going on down there in Camden? Because Philly was going through it, but now Camden is really they really going through it. So, good news. The good news is that the baby survived.
Whew, thank God.
The baby survived. So that's a good thing. And it's premature. So I mean, we'll see. It's in critical condition, but he's going to jail.
Yeah.
They're going to spin him. They're going to spin those wheels.
Yeah, all day.
So.
And Camden, y'all need to get it together because they're going to gentrify y'all ass and kick all them black folk out and move all the other people in. And y'all ain't going to have nothing left, okay? So get it together.
I understand it, though, because, it's. I feel like it's people waiting for that type of stuff to happen to.
Get it together.
It's unfortunate. So, but that's my good news. That's my bad news.
Okay.
And it's time for us to go. Let's go to another segment.
Look. We have an awesome show. Lacey C. Clark. Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to Lacey. Shout out to Lacey.
Home
She's doing
girl.
a great job with the youth.
Yes.
Definitely the little girls. She's taking care of them.
Yes. You guys stay tuned. Check out this music. We got Lacey C. Clark. She stopped by the studio. We're going to check out our interview with her we had.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't go nowhere.
Talk the talk.
It's summertime. And is easy. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is so high. You're desperate, and your mama so good looking. So hush, little baby, though you don't cry.
We're here at Talk the Talk, where if you can walk the walk, we will definitely talk the talk. And I'm your boy, Charles Gregory, with my beautiful co-host.
Hey y'all, Touch here.
That's right, that's right. Now, you know, Touch's favorite segment of the show is the love and relationships, where I always say boring, right? Well, this is my favorite segment because we have someone with whom I have a tremendous amount of respect for. We have Lacey C of Sister Sanctuary, the Phenomenally You movement, everything, great friend of mine, and so I had to bring it to the show. So how are you?
Thank you. I'm good. How are you, Charles?
Fantastic. I'm absolutely fantastic.
So, for those of you who don't already know,
Yes.
okay, Lacey C. Clark, phenomenally
You.
okay. This book, I love it. I love it. And let me tell you something. I don't read books, for those of you who don't know. I don't
She
have
has her master's.
Okay,
right?
I got masters. I'll read books if it means it's to my education. But you know what? I saw this, and one is thin. It's not a heavy read. It's an easy read. I love this. So tell the viewers today, what is Phenomenally You?
Thank you. So Phenomenally You was first started in 2012 in May, and it kicked off. There was a summit for mothers and teen daughters, and then there was a summit for fathers and teen daughters around issues relating to reality TV. And the three topics that we had was sex, self-respect, and success. So since then, Phenomenally has kind of been a lot of things. It's been a column. It's been it's now a scholarship. It's a radio segment on WURD here in Philadelphia. Yes. And, you know, the column's actually nationwide. And now it's a book. And there'll be others as well. But it's really a brand that was created to create a counterculture to the effects of reality TV on teen girls and young women.
I see. Okay.
So it's really all about media and how media affects young women and teen girls and their self-worth and self-value. And then Sister Sanctuary as a company is all about providing a balance to that, counteracting that, creating a lifestyle culture that supports something else.
A lot of times men feel that we are, the finger are being pointed at us, that, you know, we're causing this to the women. We're oppressing the women in ways that's denying them from, you know, either maturing correctly or going to the next step of their life or whatever they want to lead. So how do we address that?
I think the first step is awareness. Again, because there's a culture that accepts disrespect and the devaluing and dehumanization of women. Right. To be aware that culture is promoting this. And then to be able to, again, to teach boys, because part of the holistic approach to self-love for girls is to work with boys as well. So to help boys understand that their masculinity and their value is not tied up in suppressing women or not tied up in saying, this is the things that I can do to a woman to feel empowered. So helping them really understand the holistic version of what manhood is, and not from I have to own, control, try to dictate to you what femininity is.
So you have the men getting involved with Phenomenally You, kind of hitting it from both angles.
Absolutely.
Like you're hitting the women,
Absolutely.
but also we're saying, okay, men, you back us up in this respect
Absolutely.
and teach.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But I think everything I do is about personal awareness, right?
Okay.
Self-awareness. And so, Charles, you came to the summit that we had.
Wonderful summit. Wonderful summit. Yeah.
For fathers and teen daughters.
Yes.
So the conversation was really about how to have conversations with their teen daughters about these three things. But I think that men definitely need to get in the conversation about healthy relationships and get in the conversation about actually rearing women from a standpoint that's actually supportive and whole. So I think that it really is about awareness from the parents' perspective of what they're teaching their daughter and their sons, and how can we be a lot more effective in teaching and promoting self-love and self-worth.
Awesome.
And so Phenomenal You is a lifestyle brand that supports young women in being phenomenal. I teach them how to be phenomenal. And so the book is a catalyst to online life courses.
Okay.
So of course you've heard of, Oprah's Life Class. So we have life classes and life courses for girls who are pre-college and college. And the intention is to really support them in moving from their high school senior year all the way until their
and she did this before life class. Just let you guys know. She did this before. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so the whole point is to support them moving from high school senior to to a senior in college.
Okay.
Every step of the way, month to month, accountability lessons about how to actually learn how to be phenomenal. So that's the future of the movement beyond this book.
Okay.
But also I speak. So I speak to organizations, colleges, churches, etc., schools. I sell books. I do seminars. And the intention really is, again, to reshape how our young women see themselves to begin to create a phenomenal culture.
This book, I wish I had this book when I was in college. I really, really do. Because and I think a lot of my girlfriends can say the same thing, where we were in college and our parents told us, watch out for all the boys, they're going to try to get in your pants. But that's all we got. No one ever said, this is what's going to happen. No one ever said, this is how you're going to make sure you respect yourself amongst all the crazy BS that you're going to experience while you're in college. And I like how this focuses on young women who are going through that. How do we as women who have been through college, we went through all of these learned lessons, how do I pass on that information to young women day to day?
Great. Oh, I love that question. Great question. I think, part of what I definitely promote often is keeping it 100. So I think a lot of times...
Bing. All the way
100 all day. Really learning how to communicate the truth to yourself first.
Okay.
Because you have to own that, okay, I went through college and I had some things that I really wasn't proud of. Or some things I really just didn't know, so I got caught up in this area. And be able to communicate that to someone else.
Right.
Without feeling like you are less than who you are beautifully and naturally and by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's really about owning your experiences and learning how to communicate that to someone else with the intent that it's going to shift a life and that someone else doesn't have to go through the same thing that you went through. So the book opens up a series of possible conversations that can happen between those relationships. So if you have a relationship, if it's the mother and daughter, and if the mother has been through college, of course, she can kind of give her insight. But sometimes we shut down off what our parents say.
Yes.
You know how that goes, right?
Yeah.
So you got to hear from another source.
Yes.
So if you are a mentor or, like I said, the auntie, then you can then have some tea. Then you can have an opportunity to sit down and say, let's talk some real rap. What's going on? What are your expectations about college? What are about life?
Keep it real.
And let me just tell you some real shit I done went through.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Because the reality is you're going to go through something. Life is going to happen to you.
Wow.
And here is, what I've been through, how it may be able to help you or not. But just know that life is going to happen to you.
Yeah.
And the rosy view you may have right now of life
Dang
is
real.
not really realistic.
I think a lot of adults and parents need that understanding or support to be able to have those conversations. I think we still, when it comes to sex, a lot of people are like scared or don't know how to talk to their children about sex.
Yes. Right. Excellent point.
So when trying to keep it 100, they already started wrong. The first lie they say is to themselves, it's supposed to be,
That's exactly right.
So
the first lie you tell to yourself.
I think taking a step further, like the uncles right? And the big bros, all these women, we walk around, that's my brother, he my brother. Like, all right, big bro, why don't you break little sis down and say, hey, look, this is what I did.
Oh man.
Okay, this is what I did. This is what they're gonna do. Let me show you how to work it, because it's gonna happen. So this is what you're supposed to do in the midst of all that. I think that's so big.
I think and that's the village. And it's like, I think that part is missing from our communities. Like, people are so busy trying to, attain that whatever next degree, get that next million, whatever the case may be, that we forget to give back. And I think that, part of why our young people are so led astray today is because we don't have enough people keeping it 100 with them or being realistic. Now, it's not a I told you so energy. It ain't you better, you need to, you should energy. This is what I did energy. And here's what I hope that you can learn from what I did.
No one ever says this is how you have a relationship. Like, not even necessarily boyfriend, girlfriend, even taking it further, like the art of relationships.
That's an excellent point, yes.
Is like, and absolutely. I think that this helps you. I mean, you have a section in here about integrity. It's not just about everybody's how you're handling yourself and interacting with other people. And that's what I love so much about this book. It gets into all of it.
Yeah, it's a tool.
Absolutely. I mean, you learn from modeling. People model ahead of you. And if you have dysfunctional modeling, then you don't necessarily understand how to have a healthy relationship from a male-female perspective, romantically, or even amongst women. What is, and this is part of one of the essence of Phenomenal You, is sisterhood. So it's like, well, what have you learned about how to relate to other women? Like, and specifically within the reality TV era, you see all this backbiting, this gossip, the fighting, throwing beatings, throwing water here. I mean, it's a lot of chaos. So the question is, what is being modeled for relationships amongst women? And also, what's being modeled among relationships between women and men? A lot of the images that we see from a media perspective are very dysfunctional.
But how do you teach that? How do you teach a young woman that this is a relationship? You can't. Most people, I can even ask you two, what's the definition of love? I guarantee you,
50 million responses.
50 million.
50
but
million
we're trained to think it's one definition.
Right, exactly.
But that's the problem.
Exactly.
So how do we then, like, again, we can't point the finger at anyone if we can't even, I say we as a collective, if we can't even define what relationship is,
that's a great point.
Unless we all come to a collective and say these are the tools to help you understand certain dynamics in relationships. Right? Lacey C. Clark. Gosh, we love you.
Yes.
Girl.
Thank you so much for stopping by the show.
Thank you.
Awesome discussion. I just want to keep on talking, but we got to stick to these time frames. But, we're going to definitely continue to support your movement, whatever you need from us.
Thank you.
We're there for you. It's your girl, Touch. I got Charles Gregory over there. Miss Lacey came through to hook us up with some really good information. Stay tuned. We'll be right back to talk more about love and relationships.
That's right, I'm still here. And while I'm here, I have a sweet tooth. So once you see behind me, Kandy Kotoure, absolutely beautiful. The candies are amazing, priceless. And I have a sweet tooth. So I'm gonna be stuck here all night. So let's talk a little bit about Kandy Kotoure. Like, when did it start? What got you into that?
Now I've been doing like bar mitzvahs, quinceañeras. I even do send-off for proms and weddings, you name it. It's all about the theme. Whatever the theme of your party is, that's what we try to bring to life.
I appreciate this interview, but before I let you go, you gotta tell them how we can find more about Kandy Kotoure.
You can catch us on Instagram at KK and so much more.
But there you go, America. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
And I'm here with a very talented young lady, young author who wrote the Lemonade Standoff. You have to get this book. It's fantastic. Miss Victoria Johnson, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. First, you're so bright. I love the book. And she even autographed this for me directly to Charles Gregory. I'm so impressed. So let's talk about your book. What made you write this book?
My grandma used to always make us lemonade in the summer, so she gave me the idea of writing about lemonade stands.
Right.
And all the kids on my block, they would put up lemonade stands for like money or for charity. So that gave me an idea.
Would you think about starting your own lemonade stand?
I tried thinking about it like when I was younger, but kind of got complicated because my friends are like dotted around the counties. So one there, one there. It got kind of hard. So
Yeah.
it didn't really work out. But I wanted to do it someday.
Yes,
probably.
yes. A young entrepreneur, you gotta love it. You have to love it. So, what was your favorite part in writing this book?
My favorite part was creating the personalities of the characters, because that's always the funnest part,
Right.
making up stuff.
Making the characters, and yeah. Who's your favorite character, or do you have one? It's 3 characters. Let's go through the characters right there.
I love Keena.
Which
and
one
I
is
love
Keena,
Shay.
so they can see?
This is Keena,
Right.
and this is Shay, and that's Brianna.
Right.
But
Go ahead.
I love both. I love all of them because I created them.
You created them, and you like creating the characters, huh?
Yep.
Which one do you see you most in?
I see a lot of me in Keena, and some in Shay, but I like all of them. I put a little bit of me in all of them.
Right. Now, if it was a young lady, first of all, why don't you tell everybody in America your age?
I'm 12 years old right now. I'm turning 13 in a couple days.
And happy birthday.
Thank you.
You're welcome, young entrepreneur. So, what would you tell a young lady your age that would want to, say for example, write a book like this?
You have to be brave and don't let anything stand in your way, because there's going to be haters out there. They're going to be like, you shouldn't be doing this. It's just follow your dreams. Don't stop believing.
If someone out there wanted to, I guess, locate your book, purchase your book, where can they find it? You know?
You can find it on BarnesandNoble.com, Amazon.com. There's a lot of bookstores out there. You can probably find it there.
And I heard you've been on tour doing book signings and everything, huh?
Yeah, sometimes.
How was that experience?
It was pretty good. Pretty good. I got to meet like little kids that were like, "You wrote a book? I didn't know that."
Yeah.
So it was pretty fun.
What's your long-term goals?
I like drawing and creating art and writing, so I hope I get that far in my future.
Right. And I heard that you were the inspiration behind the artwork also, right? So you actually created and drew the characters also?
I drew the characters and they did it professionally in the publishing of it.
Can we expect the Lemonade Standoff too?
Yep.
We can't expect that, huh?
Yep. It's
You
coming.
can't tell us what's in it, can you?
Nope.
It's a secret. But if you want to find out, you just have to purchase it. I'm your host, Charles Gregory, with
Miss Victoria Johnson.
Miss Victoria Johnson. That's right. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Talk the Talk, where you can walk the walk. We will definitely talk the talk. And I'm your boy, Charles Gregory, with my beautiful co-host.
What up, y'all? Touch.
Yeah. So that clip that we just rolled, right, in the whole spirit of Lacey C. Clark, right? She is a phenomenal young lady right there.
Yes.
Victoria Johnson, Lemonade Standoff. Kudos to her.
Yes.
Author, that younger, she's only 13 now.
Doing big things. Doing big things.
Doing big things. Big money too. She got
Look,
definitely something planned for her.
I know, right? And starting early, and
Yeah.
I my minor was entrepreneurship, and so I can always appreciate, a young entrepreneur, and then you have the women in business, and I just love the whole thing. So great episode with Lacey and awesome. But I'm gonna tell you what.
What's that?
We're gonna get to your least favorite part of the show.
Boring.
I didn't even say.
Gosh,
What about our new viewers who don't even know what we getting ready to go into? You gonna tell them it's boring?
Look, ladies and gentlemen, I already know what it is before she go there. My least favorite, I'm trying to tell you. Go ahead, sister.
Well, we have this segment, Mars versus Venus, love and relationships, and I really like to kind of bring up different things when women and men kind of get things misconstrued about.
Yeah. True that.
And recently, it's been a big trend on the internet, and it's always a trend on the internet. It's talking about Beyonce and her body.
Right.
Okay, her gap between her legs, and her gaining weight and losing weight, and it's just like there's a whole big thing. And it's like last time I checked, Beyonce was like perfect.
Right.
Okay.
True.
All right. For what it's worth, you know what I mean? Like, what are you really gonna say bad about this woman's body? And people are always bringing it up, and they're always talking about her. And I just think it is spawning from men and women in relationships and the man making us feel like we have to look a certain way all the time. And it's just like, why she just can't be? Why does it always have to be something about how? I don't get it.
My thing is, why do y'all blame the men on the way you guys feel? That doesn't make sense to me.
Because it's not blaming. It's like the root cause. Okay?
Root cause.
It's like some of the root. It's like the men want to say, oh, especially black men, you can't be too skinny because if you're skinny, then you bony. But you got to have a fatty. But then if your butt too big, then she fat. Like F-A-T, fat. And it's just like, you can't win for losing. And why we always talk about these women, like, why can't my body just be right the way I want it to be? Okay, why does it always have to be a topic?
No, then that's the problem with the person that you're dealing with. All men, I mean, not all men want a woman with a huge fatty. And I contend that it's a lot of, our white counterparts that don't like big women. They want them penciled in.
They don't. But you know what? It just seems like they always, like Beyonce went on this diet,
right?
Lost weight, did the awards, and like, oh, she too skinny. Why she gotta be too skinny now? But when she was eating Popeyes every day, it's like, ooh, Beyonce getting fat. It's like, I'm done. I'm done with it. Okay, I'm
what
done.
You done with?
I'm done with the comments, Charles. Okay, people, look, everybody. Love these women the way they are, okay? Now, if you're not healthy, that's one thing, okay? Nobody wants to have diabetes and actually be causing themselves to die early. No. But we need to start embracing all shapes and sizes and stop putting these women in these boxes, especially in these relationships, because men, they can get really rough. And you got some homeboys that be getting rough. We
got some homeboys, but we got 1 minute, so wrap it up because I'm tired of you blaming us for the stuff that y'all go through. So 1 minute, wrap it up.
Okay. I'm going to get on your side for 1 minute. Yes, it's sometimes you got to love yourself. Lacey C. Clark talked about it.
Absolutely.
Okay, you gotta love yourself for how you are. Women, like, just please don't let them change you. Love who you are, and they either accept it or they don't. But men, stop pointing out every little thing. Okay, I'm tired of it.
Y'all do it to us. Y'all do it to us, and it is what it is. And with that said, there's nothing else left to be said.
It's just payback.
Madam Touch.
But look. Awesome show, all in all. And I really appreciate everybody tuning in. So, look, you want to stay in tune with us and keep with the conversation, check us out in a few different places. First, we got the website, WeTalkPhilly.com.
All day.
YouTube /WeTalkPhilly. So, you are not in Philadelphia. You can't watch Philly Cam. You can watch us on YouTube. Okay? Flip side. Tune in. Comcast and Verizon.
All day.
Okay? Comcast 66966, Verizon 2930. Every Monday night at 9:30 p.m. Okay? And you like to get your Instagram on, okay? No filter. Okay. You can always check us out. We Talk Philly on Instagram, Twitter, all that. Tumblr. iTunes. Yes, iTunes.
Doing it big. Listen to us, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you listen to it. You can right on your iPod, right on your Android device. You can pull this up. We here. We in the building.
We in the building. And look, my last piece, guys. If you're a musician, you got music, reggae, R&B, pop, whatever. Send in your music video. You can see yourself on real cable television one day.
Yeah, how about that?
That'd be pretty dope. Okay? So, and with that said, I have nothing left to say. Check us out next week, y'all. Mondays at 9:30. I'm your girl, Madam Touch.
Charles Gregory in the building. We here, man.
We out.
Deuces.